How are we doing, people? It's Ollie from B2B Sports back again. I'm absolutely buzzing. The NFL season is just about to start. It starts tonight and I cannot wait for this season to get going. I have massive high hopes for the Vikings this season. It's going to be a tall order to try and beat the win tally from last season. But with McCarthy and the best wide receiver in the game and a much improved defense, I think will cause a lot of problems this season. In this video, I'm going to be running through the entire Minnesota 2025 NFL schedule, and we'll come up with an overall prediction for the year. So, without further ado, let's get straight onto it. The Chicago Bears, Monday Night Football, Soldier Field. Caleb Williams coming off a half decent rookie year. He had his moments. He also had his failures as well. Ben Johnson coming over from the Detroit Lions as the head coach. Very talented offensive coordinator with the Lions. Got them doing all kinds of interesting bits and bobs, and really took them to the next level offensively. Can he replicate that as head coach at the Bears? I'm not quite sure in year one. I think it's going to be a tough game of football. It always is at Soldier Field. It's never pretty. It's always ugly. It's hard-hitting football. And I think that's going to be exactly the same again this time round. I think McCarthy is, he's going to potentially struggle early on to find his feet. And I think he might rely heavily on that run game to push them, to get them over the line. And I think the Vikings defense will pick up a couple of big takeaways as well. I'm going Vikings win for that one. It should be quite close though, I think. Next up, we have Atlanta at home. The return of Kirk Cousins, although he probably won't be the starting quarterback for the Falcons. I really have high hopes for this to be a really true homecoming game for the Vikings. I think that that crowd getting behind McCarthy, I think they'll really give him some confidence. I really think that the Vikings could stamp their authority on this game. Double-digit win, and the league on notice for McCarthy. Next up, we have Bengals at home. I think that'll be a tough game. Joe Burrow, I rate him extremely highly. I think he's probably up there, number one, number two quarterback in the league. He hasn't had that offensive line in previous seasons. Will he have that this time round? Yet to be seen. I think this game might go down to the wire, potentially be a little bit of a shootout between offenses in the fourth quarter. And it's going to be whoever has the ball last. The Vikings might slip up here at home. All part of the learning process for McCarthy. 2-1 going into the back-to-back double NFL UK games. First up, we've got the Pittsburgh Steelers in Dublin. That should be an amazing atmosphere. I desperately tried to get tickets for both NFL UK games, particular the Dublin one. I had absolutely no chance. I think I was about 400,000th in the queue. Absolutely not a sniff at any of those tickets. Vikings have done notoriously well in London in previous years. Obviously this is in Dublin, but I think that theme will continue. Pittsburgh Steelers again will be no slogs. A potential defensive takeaway late on will give the Vikings a victory. And again, the following week, the Cleveland Browns at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I think the Browns will struggle this year. I think there'll be one or two of the bottom teams. I think those and the Giants will particularly struggle. And I cannot see anything but a Vikings win there. Very fond memories of Adam Thielen doing the knee slide football celebration at Twickenham, I think back in 2017 now. Jesus, how quick time is going. And I would love for him to sort of replicate that celebration back in the purple of Minnesota. Heading to the early bye, 4-1. We'll take that. Hopefully everyone is healthy. Hopefully Kevin O'Connell and McCarthy are connecting. Hopefully he's able to find Justin Jefferson in that triple coverage that he always faces, and by that point again we'll have Jordan Addison back as well. It'd be interesting to see the dynamic between Jefferson, Addison and Thielen. And also we can't forget about speedy Jalen Naylor as well. We've got a big offensive firepower this season, particularly when Allison comes back. A huge fixture straight after the bye. Defending Super Bowl champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. I particularly expect them to do extremely well again this season. At home though, do we have enough to stop the incredible and dynamic Saquon Barkley? I don't quite think we do. I think they'll be that gear that we aspire to be this season. Will we get there in the postseason later on? We'll have to wait and see. But I think the Eagles, that top gear is what we're going to be aiming for. I think we're just going to fall short on this occasion. Next up, we have the Chargers away in Los Angeles. Again, a tough place to go, particularly when Justin Herbert is firing. I think they're a decent team, coached really well as well. I would like to think that the Vikings get it done there. Again, it could be a close matchup, considering it's away from home, but I think we should just have enough. I think lining up the teams on paper, potentially it could be a game for the TJ Hawkinson to step up big time and give the Vikings a win. Then we have the first of the two games against the Detroit Lions, this time in Detroit at Ford Field. This is a really hard one to call. What are the Detroit Lions going to be without Ben Johnson? I have absolutely no idea. They should have Aiden Hutchinson back, fit and ready. It should be a completely different sort of matchup really to what we faced at the back end of last year. Again, I think this could go down to the wire. I'm going to give it to home field advantage. Unfortunately on this one, I think the Lions might just edge it. But I'm sure that the Vikings will be looking for revenge. Halfway through the season now, and this next stretch of 5-6 games is incredibly difficult and extremely interesting, to be honest. We've got the Baltimore Ravens at home. Sam tipped them to be Super Bowl champs last year, and I think they'll be there or thereabouts again this year. Lamar Jackson is as dynamic as they come. Will they be able to click it all together in a stacked AFC? We'll wait and see. I think this will be the standout game, the marquee game for JJ McCarthy. I think this will be him putting the league on notice. I think the Vikings get it done, and I think he leads a dramatic and mature fourth quarter drive to give Minnesota the win. And to give them the bounce back win from Detroit. Then we have the second of the games against Chicago Bears, again at home. I think we'll make light work of them off the back of an incredible, momentous win against the Ravens. I think yes, I think we'll put a beating on the Bears. Then we have the Packers away. The first time we'll meet the Packers this season. Again, the Packers look really strong in the toughest division in football last season. They surprised a lot of people. They have a very strong outfit in all areas. Is Jordan Love going to be fit and healthy again this year? Will he be firing? And if he is, I think they'll be an extremely dangerous football team. I think they'll actually be the main threat this year to the Vikings. I think Detroit, without Ben Johnson, I think they'll struggle to find consistency all year long. So this is really for the division, in my opinion. And again, off the back of momentum, I'm going to go for a massive Vikings win away in enemy lines, in enemy territory. I think a guy like Jordan Mason will step up. Perhaps Aaron Jones will go down injured, or Jordan Mason will have to take the bulk of the load. And I think he will be someone that the Vikings will be having to lean on this season. The Vikings have struggled over the past 2 or 3 seasons to punch the ball in over the line. And I think a guy like Jordan Mason is exactly what the Vikings need when you get within that 5-yard line. Again, it could be a last minute win for the Vikings. Tough games across the board. You're never going to get an easy game in the NFL. We have an interesting one here. Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks facing up against his old team, the Minnesota Vikings, a season that we will never, ever, ever forget. No matter how the season ended, I will forever be grateful for Sam Darnold taking us on one hell of a ride. Hopefully he holds on to the ball a little bit too long, but I think we can get the job done in Seattle. Fingers crossed. And as I say that, we have the Washington Commanders back at home. I think the Commanders are a great team. I've got a little bit of a soft spot for the Commanders, I can't lie. Jaden Daniels, I think he's a really, really decent quarterback. Can make things happen, can make magic moments happen. And I think Scary Terry is one hell of a wide receiver as well. It's going to be very close. It's going to be a really, really close game, a close battle. I think the Washington Commanders. I think they do get this done. I think the Vikings have been on one hell of a stretch, 4-game winning streak against tough opposition. Perhaps a key member goes down, and I think the Commanders do just pip us, unfortunately, on this occasion. Then we have Sunday Night Football against America's team. I think Dallas. I think they might struggle without Parsons. I think their defense won't be as intimidating. I think they'll be struggling again to find consistency and to find that Super Bowl form of the 80s, was it? I think the Vikings beat the Dallas Cowboys in Jerry World. Yeah, hopefully we'll get redemption from that battering that the Dallas Cowboys gave us. Was it a couple of years ago on Halloween? That was absolutely traumatic. Giants up next. Say less. Vikings win. Netflix game, Christmas Day, the Detroit Lions, redemption time. Redemption time for the Christmas Day game against New Orleans Saints several years ago, where Alvin Kamara scored, 5-6 touchdowns on us. That absolutely gives me nightmares. Ruined my Christmas completely. The Vikings get the job done against the Detroit Lions. SKOL. And this is it for the division. Vikings versus Packers at home in Minnesota. We'll be on 12-4. Can we get the division? Can we get 13 wins? Of course we can. Of course we can. We get it done. It'll be tough because we'll be playing our starters on the last game of the season. You know, you'd like to have the fortuitous opportunity to rest and prepare for the postseason. But I think this will be for the division, similar to how last year went with the North being so tough again. I think the Vikings get it done. I think that Jefferson steps up to the plate, tough coverage, and gets it done. Maybe with a cameo from Thielen as well. And yeah, I think that is that for the Vikings heading into the postseason with full of confidence. A remarkable first season for JJ McCarthy. I think being injured and under the tutelage of Kevin O'Connell for his rookie season, I think that's going to help him a great deal, tremendous amount. I think having Carson Wentz there as his mentor, again, will be super advantageous. I think the weapons are around him. The defense is there. Maybe could do with a little bit of additions in the secondary, but I think that defensive front line is phenomenal. I expect plenty of takeaways again from the Brian Flores defense to help him out as well. And I'm super glad that we've got the addition of Jordan Mason to help Aaron Jones. I have super high hopes. 13 wins is not too shabby at all. Maybe not the heights of last year with 14. But I think we'll do very, very well. But yes, guys, let us know your thoughts down below. What are your Minnesota season predictions? How will JJ McCarthy do? Will he take us to the postseason? Who are your predicted Super Bowl champs? I think Green Bay, the Vikings, Washington, and Eagles will be up there. I think it'll be close between all four teams on any given day. Maybe I'll jump into a video with Super Bowl predictions, potentially with Sam and co and others, but that might be another little video in the future. But yeah, super excited. Let's go. Got a bit of a wait. Monday Night Football though, and yeah, I'll catch you guys next week. SKOL Vikes and peace.